Hi guys, Kaze here. Welcome back. We're back with more Dangerous Relationship with Taiga Saeba. So, kind of revealed to our boss that, or not really wanted to, but Taiga made us reveal to our boss that, yeah, we're dating because of the whole magazine thing. So, let's see what happens next with that. Before we start that, don't forget to like the video if you enjoy it and subscribe if you haven't already, and definitely try and leave me some comments in the comments below. Tell me what you guys think of this chapter, and let's get started. Chapter 5, A Gift of Roses. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to work, but we'll try with the gift. One hopes it might work. We can only hope. Fortunately, since Taiga had done the talking, the chief wasn't too mad at me. Those people had realized it was me in the photo when I thought, so damage was minimal. Oh, that's good. It still was a bit too inexperienced to be assigned to him permanently. For now, I was semi-permanent, and as such, got to spend a lot of time with him. Hey, Fumiki? When are you gonna let me in your house? I can't. If someone gets a picture of us there, everyone will know it's me. Then come to my place. That's even worse. There are paparazzi all over the place. So this is the only place we can be. Hey, at least get closer to me. Everyone knows it's us anyway. What makes you think that? How would we do it? They can all hear you. No, I'm not. So you can get louder? That sounds like a challenge to me. Recently, Taiga only came to me when he wanted my body. We never went on dates and never saw each other's places. He didn't really say he loved me. It made me uneasy. Hey, Fumiki? He slid his hand slowly between my thighs. Taiga? Yeah? I want to go on a date. I thought you were afraid of getting your picture taken. But I want to go somewhere with you. You're so needy. Besides, I'm busy right now to go anywhere. His hand between my legs started to wiggle around. Isn't this good enough for now? As he whispered into my ears, my mind began to dull from the sensation below. Even so, I couldn't help but feel uneasy. For good reason. One day, I went to see a fashion show that Taiga took part in. Hey, it was almost like the stage that we've been at with Ryouhei and Akira, but it's actually different. Looks the same, but probably just different props. Even if we couldn't go on a date, I could still be with him like this. He gave me his first seat in the middle of the front row. It felt conspicuous to sit there, so I felt relieved when the lights dimmed down. As the show started and the spotlight hit the runway, the crowd erupted with cheers. He looks so enthused. Look at his enthusiasm. It's just beautiful. Taiga walked out as the first model, so I didn't have to wait long to see him. Taiga! Walking gallantly down the walkway, he met with screams from swooning women. His face looked so dashing. He was serious and determined, unlike the face he put on TV. With his shirt hanging open, a glance at his chest made my heart thump loudly. His eyes showed just a speckle of tenderness, stared sharply at the crowd. Anyone would surely fall in love if they met the gaze of his eyes. I stared at his lips, his hands, his body, and struck me. Suddenly our eyes met. I turned away embarrassed, only to look back a few seconds later. It looked like he was voicing some message to me. He read his lips as he looked like a moron. Great job! That clearly wasn't nice. The dazzling smile, he turned and exited the runway. Did you see that? He said something to us. He said, thanks for coming to see me. With the first show over, the lights in the room returned to normal. I was like, you look more, and thanks for coming to see me. I think it looks totally different, doesn't it? Thanks for coming to see me. You look like a moron. Okay, I guess, yeah, whatever. I have to look in the mirror for that. Still, the image of his body in the runway was burnt in my mind. Being so good looking, I bet he's bored of someone like me already. The worry that had been growing in my head recently came back to haunt me. Taiga would probably be going overseas to work in a new office soon. He would have to let me go if he didn't want to already. Shoot, it already started? Someone sitting down in the chair next to me woke me up from my daydream. He had a face that was vaguely familiar. Did I miss anything? It's Akira. Hi, Akira. Huh? It was the comedian Akira Senba from the Senonji comedy duo. Hey, you! He pointed at my face, his lighting up with recognition. You're the joke girl. Uh-huh. I saw you smack your friend when she made a bad pun. It seemed like you'd been watching that exchange with my high school buddy. I didn't get to ask your number. I regret more than anything else in life. He sure liked to talk a lot. I didn't even have a chance to speak. It's that smile of yours that drew me in. I can't get enough of it. Words flowed out of his mouth as his cheeks grew more and more red. It simply made it impossible not to like him. There it is. That's the face I'm talking about. He exploded with delight when I smiled and grabbed me by the hand. What's your name? Yeah, let's see. This normally wouldn't mean much, but since assuming we're in Japan, first name's more intimate, you don't really know each other, so you get my last name. It's Moto. Miss Moto. Yeah. Well, what's your first name? Fumiki. Nice, if you don't mind. The light suddenly did, making the crowd go wow with screams again. As if oblivious to everything else, Akira continued to talk to me. Sometime with... What? It was hard to hear him over the noise of the crowd, so I leaned close to him. Do you want to get lunch sometime with me? Taiga! The boisterous screams of girls entered one ear and Akira's invitation the other. It was then that I glanced up the runway to see Taiga already walking down it. And he's pissed. His eyes glared out angrily at me from the center of the runway. Taiga looked absolutely furious. Oops, looks like it already started. Akira finally noticed the stage, but was so captivated that he kept holding my hand. Your hand! Akira stared at the runway, apparently not hearing anything I was saying. There was nothing I could do about it. And Taiga still looks pissed. Taiga scowled at me before heading back to start the runway. Didn't he look scary to you? He's just wild like that. Taiga is so amazing. Even I'm jealous of him. Akira, you're still holding my hand. What? He leaned towards it, putting my mouth next to his ear. Can you let go of my hand now? Sorry, I didn't notice. And he leapt up with surprise at his chair and finally let me go. Had he just not noticed, or was he just an airhead? In any case, I couldn't hate him. When I laughed, his face turned bright red. When we were back on stage, I could easily tell how miffed Taiga was. He really looked something angry. The first act he was flawless, but the second half was ruined by his skull. He hadn't said anything, so people thought he was just being wild, though. The second half over, the curtains closed, and everyone started to disperse. So, Akira turned towards me and grabbed my hand once again. So when? What do you say about lunch sometime? We can start as friends. It's only my arm was yanked away from his from behind. And we've got a very angry man. Turning around, the irate face of Taiga greeted me. I was about to say his name, but was afraid it might cause a scene. Come on. He grabbed my hand and dragged me away with an irked expression on his face. Taiga, Fumiki. Oblivious to the situation, Akira shouted out, but we left before anything happened. Even outside, he said nothing to me, instead pulling me forward silently. I don't know what to say. Hey, Taiga? What's wrong? He ignored me and kept walking. Come on, tell me what's wrong. He's jelly, girl. He's jelly. Taiga, someone will see us and take a picture. Taiga, are you hungry? Should we go somewhere to eat? Yeah, he's still... I'm just funny at the just angry face the entire time. Taiga, you're hurting my arm. And finally, he released me. He stopped walking, but he wouldn't look me in the eye. What's the matter? Why are you mad? I tried to look at his face, but he turned away at every chance. I'm always mad. No, you've been smiling for me lately. I can tell when you're really mad. The skull loosened for just a fraction of a second. But then don't. Don't what? Don't do things that make me angry. His shout echoed throughout the streets, making everyone nearby peak with interest. What did I do? You got giddy when Akira talked to you. I didn't. You just go with the flow, don't you? I don't know what you mean. You just go with whoever is in front of you, right? Don't say that. It's It's true, isn't it? If it wasn't me but Akira who found you first, you'd be his. Are you seriously saying this? You'll just leave me once you're sick of me and go to the next guy, right? Taiga. When I saw the pain in his eyes, all the anger building in me disappeared. We did go on dates. He only wanted my body. He never said he loved me. But as I've been worried and anxious about him lately, he's been feeling the same way about me. Taiga, no. I'm with you because of who you are. No one else can replace you. You? Me? His voice was drowned out by the noise of the streets. What? Do you love me? Yeah. Then nothing else matters. When his face glowed red and he turned away, it was my turn to complain. You'll probably get sick of me and go run off with someone else. No, I'm not leaving you. His voice frightened me so much that my feet left the ground having jumped so high. I'm tired of you. Not a chance in hell. Taiga. Shit. Let's go. He turned and began walking away. Where are we going? On a date. You wanted one, right? The kindness of his voice betrayed the harshness of his words. Yeah. With almost everything shut down for the day, we ended up at a theater open all night. Taiga was soon asleep thanks to the love story and pouring music. He must have been really tired. His sleeping face looked so cute. I spent the entire time looking at him instead. Damn, that was one hell of a boring movie. Yeah, I can't believe it's rated so good. Did you even watch it? I did. Liar, you were busy staring at someone. You were awake? How could I sleep with you watching me the whole time? You look so cute, I couldn't help it. Well, cut it out. You get sick of looking at me if you do it too much. I'll never get tired of looking at you. Got some sick hobbies there. Well, let's go. He walked out ahead of me. Unfortunately, it was time to go home. Where to? Don't you have to get up early? It's already late now. Shut up. You were the one who wanted to go on a date so bad. Are you sure it's okay? Hurry up and decide before the sun comes up. I want to go wherever you want to go. Really? Yeah. Where to? Love hotel. I'm joking, but what's with that reaction? You don't like doing it with me? It's not that. I just think a normal date would be good once in a while. God, I said it was a joke. You're impossible. He snatched up my hand and began walking again. Where are we going? It's where I want to go. Hey, Taiga, welcome. Surprised to see you haven't been shut down yet. That round mouth of yours never changes. Shut it. I was surprised to hear Taiga talking without pretending to be nice. We had ridden a taxi out of town to a small cafe on the outskirts. Pierre looked in his 50s and his face was creased with gentle wrinkles. This cozy cafe turned into a bar after hours. Having said that, the customers were few and far between. Your little cafe is doing crummy as usual, I see. Hey, isn't this the first time you brought a girl here? Of course not. Yeah, it is. Welcome. What's your name? I'm Fumiki Moto. Fumiki. Nice to meet you. It must be rough dealing with this guy. No, we always get along just fine. The hell, Fumiki? Cut the bullshit. Taiga snorted and smirked at me. He seemed to be relaxed here, so I wonder about how he knew the owner. Well, you could just ask his name. Yeah, just really should. How do you know Taiga? Oh, sorry, I forgot to tell you about myself. You're losing it, old man. You know who you remind me of with that dirty mouth, eh? Taiga was getting along with him better than anyone I knew. He's like my foster father or something. Really? That sounds about right. He doesn't have parents after all. He doesn't? That's what he said, moron. Hey, Taiga, that's no way to talk to a woman. I'm used to it, really. Looks like you found yourself a keeper. Shut up, Pops. That's none of your business. His mother raised him alone, but when he was, what was it, 4? 5. 5 years old, she passed away. Oh, I had no idea. No point in telling you. He was raised by his grandma. I'm just an old guy in the neighborhood. I came here when she wasn't at the house. She was a busy one, designer, right? Always off at work somewhere. Yeah, I see. Drop that gloomy face, would ya? But, here for me, yeah, have a drink. We had some drinks, but Taiga was enjoying himself so much. But he had too much to drink and passed out. He must be dead tired. Peter smiled while gently pulling a blanket over him. Yeah, he's so busy these days. So, he ought to bring you here. That was to show you how important you are to him. He only comes here when there's a big change in his life. Really? I originally came just to show me his girl. You must be special to him. I am? He's got a rotten mouth, but he's good inside, I tell you that. I know. I'll take care of him. Oh, why would I take care of him? Yeah. Well, I know. I know. It's good to see he's found someone who knows him. He was lonely. Lonely? His mom worked even at home as an editor for a fashion magazine. Sounds like she was a busy person. So much they barely spoke until he said a word he heard at school. It was filthy, so she yelled at him, but he liked the attention. He envisioned a tiny Taiga swearing just to get his mother's attention. Over time it got worse. His mother was worried about it too. She figured no one would like him if he kept it up. Before she went to hospital, she begged me to watch over Taiga. Yeah, and see that he was more than just a dirty mouth. Good thing he grew up smart and learned how to control it. It's not easy for him. No need to worry him anymore, though. You're with him now. Yeah. When I glanced at the sleeping Taiga, her eyes met. If he was sleeping, how did our eyes meet? Oh, he woke up. Never mind. It's like, our eyes met. Through his eyelids, I saw his eyes. It's like, what? However, he closed his eyes again, pretending to sleep, with a smile on his face. I thought about waking him up. He would just get cranky if I did, so I decided not to. I pulled the blanket up and tucked it around him again. Good night, Taiga. Kissing him lightly on his cheeks, I noticed his face turned red. It was so adorable, I wanted to hug him, but I restrained myself. Love you. Shut up. He groaned and turned his head away from me. This time, it seemed he was napping for real. I had such a good time, I forgot about Taiga going to France. Which means probably something's gonna happen about France, and he just brought it up for no reason and then left us. Darn you. Chapter. Going doing that to us is not cool. Alright, so we're on, so we have chapter 6 of 7, 8. 3 more chapters and we haven't get the ends. Can't wait. It's kind of funny. It's just funny how we just ran into Akira and we just finished chapter 2. I was like, it's Akira. Hi, Akira. Give me back my hand. And technically, sorry, if we had met someone else before him, we would have gone with them first. Because that's how this game goes. But other than that, no, Taiga, we're in love with you already, so no, we would not go with someone else. No. Anyway, but a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about the chapter, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, bye. Calls out.